Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Is it just me, or am I dressed like Cinderella today? Like a little bit. People that have been subscribed to me for a while might remember this, but I used to have a video up called My Oblivious Gay Awakenings, where I basically talked about like all the women I was like obsessed with, that I like was totally gay for but didn't realize because I like didn't know that I was bi yet. Obviously that's not still up on my channel, but I thought I would remake it for the people that remember that, and also include more people on the list that I didn't include in the first video. So let's get right into it. I have the list up on my little iPad here. No spoilers. I'm gonna start with Maya from Girl Meets World. Sabrina Carpenter, love of my life. I'm gay for her now, but back then I was really obsessed with Maya. She just had that energy in her. She had that girl in her. I was always kind of into like the rebellious boy types, so kind of seeing that like in a girl was revolutionary for me, and I didn't realize it, but I was obsessed with her for a reason. Her hair was always giving. Her and Riley were low-key really sapphic, but Riley was annoying, so I didn't have a crush on Riley. But yeah, Sabrina Carpenter, crush for life. Next, I have Lauren Gray from Musical.ly. So I was on Musical.ly. I was an original muser. I was an OG. Started in like 2015 in like 6th grade, and oh my god, I'm a little bit sick. And I was so obsessed with Lauren Gray, like you don't even know. There was this thing that my friend Camille actually tested me on, so she can prove this. You could play any like Musical.ly audio from Lauren Gray's page, and I could tell you exactly what she was wearing in the video. I'd be like, oh, she's wearing the camo jacket with the white tank, and like she's wearing maroon eyeshadow or something. Like I just had them like memorized in my head. It was so crazy. I was out here thinking that I was straight and doing that. That's crazy. Anyway, okay, so the next is kind of in like a group because they're all from the same show, but I have the girls from Pretty Little Liars, specifically Emily, Allison, and Hannah. Now I actually have a crush on Aria, but that's like a now thing. But so Emily, specifically, what was so gay about my crush on Emily was there was this one video of her, I forgot what season it's from, but she's dancing in this room with this like little black dress on. I'll insert the clip. And I was like, I religiously rewatched that video. It was crazy how many times I watched that just to see her. I was like, oh, she's so good at dancing. That's why. She's so good at dancing. As if I wasn't staring at Shay Mitchell's collarbone. Anyways. And so, okay. Allison, was obsessed with Allison, specifically in her Mean Girl era. I feel like I really like Mean Girls. Also, I'm generally like, I love feminine presenting women. So what I used to do in like 7th grade, I think, was there was Sasha Piateris had a music video called RPM, and there's this one part of the video where she's like in the car and she's like, fast pace day to day, and then like the dude's like going crazy and she's like, it's the only thing that keeps me sane. Her makeup was giving, and I was like staring at her. I was like, wow, she looks so pretty, and she knows how to drive a car. That's crazy, and that's also really gay. And then finally, Hannah. So Hannah was less of like a specific moment, but it was more like I used to look up pictures of Hannah on Pinterest all the time. Like I would just like search like Hannah Marin or like Ashley Benson. I would just like look at all the pretty photos of Hannah, and my reasoning would be like, oh, I love Hannah, she's so funny. Like, girl, why are you looking at a bunch of pictures of her? Are the pictures making jokes? I don't think so. But yeah, so those were the girls from Pretty Little Liars. Completely obsessed. Next, I feel like this is an indicator for everyone, but if you have a huge Taylor Swift phase at any point in your life, there is at least a 1% chance that you like women.
Sexy girl, come and lay with me. I'm frustrated and it's actually.
And in my case, I was obsessed with Taylor. I have been a fan since probably like Fearless, because I don't think I was old enough to listen to Debut. But I went to Speak Now tour, I went to Red tour, and I didn't get to do the ones after that, but I just went to Eras tour, obsessed. I literally have a sweatshirt on my chair over there from Eras tour. Huge crush still. But before I knew I was bi, like, that is such an indicator. I had a Taylor Swift themed birthday party in middle school. I handed out red shirts for goodie bags. My cake was 1989 Taylor. I have pictures of her on my wall over there from a 1989 calendar that I had. I had a Taylor Swift fan book that had fun facts about her. You think I'm kidding? I wish I knew where it was. It's in my bookcase. And like, come on, look at this. There's such a stereotype that Taylor Swift fans are like the straightest girls ever. I'm telling you, so many of us are gay. Maybe you just don't know it yet. Maybe you just don't know it yet. Okay, next, when I was like really little, like kindergarten level, I was obsessed with Gabriella from High School Musical, Vanessa Hudgens, which who wouldn't be? But like, I was crazily obsessed with her. Thinking back to it now, I'm like, oh wow, that was so gay. But like, I would watch High School Musical and just stare at her sometimes. I had a High School Musical themed birthday. I dressed up as her in the red dress because she looked so good in that little red dress. T is in Troy? No, T as in me too. Okay, next. This one was so mind-boggling for me because I like didn't connect the dots at first, but Musa from Winx Club, specifically in like the early seasons, like after season 3, no, but like back when she was giving like sapphic energy with her little pigtails, even though I loved her and Ribbon, loved them, I'm not speaking against them in any way, but her when she had like the short pigtails was her peak era, and I'm still so upset that they took away her short pigtails and they made them long. And peak bi culture was being in love with Musa and Ribbon because they were both the most attractive people on the show, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. I fully will. Okay, next I have Silver Mist from Tinkerbell. So everyone knows that like it's either Silver Mist or Vidya. You're one or the other, and then later in life you'll realize that you're bi. That's like a stereotype at this point. I feel like Vidya is for the hardcore bis and lesbians, and then Silver Mist is kind of for like the femme-loving bis like me, I swear. But yeah, they were both so pretty, but like Silver Mist was it for me. She was always my favorite, and seeing all those tweets later after I knew that I was bi, I was like, oh shit, that's so real. Next, this was in like 2nd, 3rd grade that I like was definitely gay and just was not picking up on it, but I was obsessed with Tasha from Subway Surfers. Now hear me out. She had that little crop top on, she had the pigtails, she had the short cheerleading skirt on. I was obsessed with Tasha. I would only ever play with Tasha. Why would I be obsessed? You know? Why would I be obsessed with a girl in short clothing that was really hot? Think about that. Think about it. Wow, my eyes look so big right now. Anyway, the last people I have that were mentioned in the original video, so specifically Ashna, I'm calling you out because I know that you watched this original video and you wanted me to remake it. So the last people I mentioned in that video were Mulan and Red Riding Hood from Once Upon a Time. Red Riding Hood, she like lived in the town. She was so like gothic sapphic. Like she was so mysterious. It was so attractive. Like if I was the wolf, I would try to eat her too. And then Mulan is literally canonically gay. So I was like, wow, she's in love with Aurora? What if she was in love with me? Again, because I was not out yet, I did not realize that all these obsessions were like connected to this, but it makes so much sense now. Okay, so that was the end of my original video, but I'm going to expand because I came up with more of them. I'm gonna make this video bigger and better than the first one. My first one on this additional list. drum roll please, is Leah Marie Johnson, specifically in her YouTube video for her song Moment Like You. This is really niche, I feel like, but if you go and you watch that video, she is literally like, she's glowing, she is perfect, she is everything.
Tell me how we both got here. We can't stop now. Love is in the atmosphere. So you please don't leave me here tonight. I've been waiting, because I've been waiting my whole life for a moment like you.
I am genuinely like in shock when I watch that video. I'm like, how does she look like that? She is so gorgeous. And I used to watch that on repeat, just like over and over. And like, yes, the song is really good, but like I could have just listened to it on Spotify. Instead, I was fully like rewatching the video because, dude, she looks so like ethereal. And then to call back to what I already said, Mulan, but specifically like the animated original Mulan, she was always so pretty. I'm telling you, she's so pretty. And specifically the scene where she gets exposed in the tent for like being a woman with like the little towel on, I was like, holy shit, what if the towel fell? Anyway, yeah, and Mulan is still one of my top 3 favorite animated movies, so I still stand by that. I do. Next, we have the girl that, I forgot her name, the girl that Reese Witherspoon played in Monsters vs. Aliens, like the main character. Specifically, the scene where she turns into the alien at her wedding and like her clothes are all torn.
Derek? Oh my gosh!
What's going on? What's happening here?
You're all shrinking!
You're growing.
Well, make it stop!
It be the government.
Oh! This is impossible! No, this can't be happening. Wait, everybody, it's okay. Have some champagne while we're figuring this out.
Her clothes are torn? Why aren't they falling off? Yeah, I was crazy. I was a little unhinged. I was like, wow, like so much skin is showing from her. I'm gonna shut myself up now and move on. So the next person I have was another muser, but Kristen Hancher, back in her like OG Musical.ly days. Again, I would be watching her videos over and over and I would lie to myself and be like, oh, she's just like so good at moving the camera. Like when she's doing her little Musical.ly, they're like, the movements are so sharp. That's why I'm rewatching, and not because she's like one of the prettiest people I've ever seen. But yeah, I was so upset because I used to watch her YouTube videos all the time, and now like she took down all her old ones. So I specifically remember that there was a try-on haul where she tried on all these like 2018 themed clothes, not even like 2016, like that era, and I was obsessed with watching that video because she looks so good in it. And I've literally searched for it on like Vimeo, on like the depths of the internet, but she took it down. Cannot find it anywhere. If anyone knows where to find that, please let me know. Next are 2 characters from Pitch Perfect. Make your guesses, and I'll give you a hint. Becca is not one of them, sadly. Also, Chloe isn't either, even though they're basically the Sapphics of Pitch Perfect. But like, now think about it. And for one of them, not in the first movie, and that's all you have to know. And the answers are Haley Steinfeld as Emily in specifically the 3rd Pitch Perfect. Like, she was cute in the 2nd one, but the 3rd one, she was everything. I was in love with Haley Steinfeld in that movie. Like when they're singing Cheap Thrills and Haley Steinfeld's like,
I don't need no more, more than diamond, more than gold, as long as I can dance. Free up yourself, get out to con.
She sounded so pretty and she looked so pretty. Like, she had such a glow up in between the 2 movies. If anyone isn't gay for Haley Steinfeld, like, can I really trust them? That's the real answer. And then the other one was actually Stacy. Starting in the first movie, but like, she was always hot. She was just so perfect. I wish that actress was in more things, because I would probably watch like all of them. I think this is proof that I am attracted to a lot of women who look like really straight, but let's not expose myself like that. Next, Rihanna in her album Unapologetic, like the cover, the way her parts were being covered up. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So scandalous. Oh my god. I'm still looking at it. What? Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, when you're like passing Victoria's Secret in the mall and you would like look away because you felt like it was like taboo to look at the Victoria's Secret angels that are on the wall on the outside, and then years later you're like, oh, I was just, because I was scared, because I was literally like attracted to these women. I didn't want to feel dirty. This is how it felt looking at the Rihanna cover, which, by the way, I did also do. Like, that is true for me in terms of Victoria's Secret. Like, I could not look at a Victoria's Secret for years, and then eventually I was like, you know what? Now I know. I'm comfortable walking in. Do any of you guys know the movie Oz the Great and Powerful? If you do you remember how sexy and mysterious Mila Kunis was in that movie? Because I was obsessed with her in that movie. When she had like the big red floppy hat on, like, you're kidding. I was so jealous of James Franco. The fact that he passed up on Mila Kunis looking like that, I was like, you're fucking insane. Like, I cannot fathom, because she was so gorgeous. I could stare into Mila Kunis's eyes all day, just like, hey Mila Kunis, you're so pretty. But yeah, specifically her in that movie, like, I used to watch that movie all the time when I was a kid, and like, shh. Okay, and this is like really specific, because, okay, everyone knows Jasmine at the end of Aladdin in the red set being like chained up. Like, everyone's like, oh, that awoke something in me, and I'm like, yeah, it did, right? But this is really hyper specific, and if I find anyone that even knows what I'm talking about when it comes to this, like, I will feel validated. There was like, I forgot what it was. It was one of the Aladdin sequels. It might have been like 2, or like the TV show or something, but like one of the old sequels. I watched this on YouTube, so like, you know, it was not like movie theater or like VHS type thing. I forgot what it was called, but in that, Jasmine started like turning into a snake, and like when she was turning into the snake, that did things for me. That unlocked parts of my brain that I didn't know existed. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna put pictures in, because I have a feeling you guys aren't gonna know what I'm talking about. But okay, I found it, and I'm like, how the hell did I even find this as a kid? It was called Eye of the Beholder. So you can see here, because I don't want to put it in. You can see here, she turned into a snake, right? But like, the part that I was obsessed with was specifically when she hadn't finished turning into the snake yet. So like this. Don't know what it was. I used to draw characters that their ends were turning into snakes, like on their side, like being all sexy. That was so concerning, but like, apparently that did something for me. And I didn't do it exactly, but when I wrote my own little book in like 1st grade, I included something like that in it. I bet I can find it. And by the way, can we appreciate the fit? Just a little bit. Here is the book I wrote in like 1st grade. I'm gonna find it. It's not like I wrote that much. This isn't exactly it, but you can see like the inspiration, because I don't have the drawings I used to have anymore. But so here's like the red Jasmine inspired like thing with like the chains, and then like the similar outfit, even like pointed shoes, although I don't know if that was intentional, but like, that's giving, you know, red Jasmine being trapped by Jafar vibes, right? You can see the inspiration here, even though I don't have an exact picture. Character gets turned into a mermaid, and that's literally just like her bottom half, you know? Like, you can see the roots of it, you know what I mean? I get it, I was a weird kid. But we're on to our last person, and the reason this is the last person is because this is the person that finally made me realize that I was bi. Here it goes. So in 8th grade, I went to see a movie with my friend Maddie, and that movie happened to be Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Can you guess? And you're probably right, because the answer was Lily James as young Donna. I went crazy for her, and that's when I was like, wait, I want to kiss this woman. I want to kiss her. Is that normal? And I was like, no, that's not normal. I actually tried to draw her from that movie around the time too. It was bad, but all I can say, like, Lily James in that movie was so gorgeous. Her like wavy hair, her cute little island girl outfits. You're telling me she slept with 3 men on that trip and not 3 women. Alright, I need to stop talking so my throat feels better, but that's the end of my list. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you agree with any of these and also who your gay awakenings were. That's all for now. Peace.